If you've seen any of my previous videos, you already know what I had for breakfast. Moving along, I was starting to go a little bit stir crazy on this day. I had not been out of my house in like almost a week, so I had to get out and just go walk around and sit by the water. I had a snack up a Cliff Bar and this bottle of Shaka tea, which was really good. It had a super mild flavor, really light sweetness, which I prefer in a tea. It definitely beat out my usual can of Arizona. Had to rescue a cicada from the water, as I do. It was so miserably hot outside. When I got back to my car, I was sweating through my clothes, so by the time I got home, I could not bear to turn on the stove or the oven to cook the lunch I had originally planned for myself, so I ended up just making a PB&J and then saving all that effort for a really good dinner. I found a recipe for a gochujang pasta. I started off by making a tofu cream. Step number 1, splatter tofu all over your counter and then really pitifully pick all the pieces up one by one, and then you just add some plant milk in and blend it all up until it reaches basically a heavy cream type of consistency. From there I just boiled some pasta and heated up some butter and olive oil over the skillet along with some garlic and my gochujang paste. I don't have the world's greatest spice tolerance, to be honest. I started smelling that gochujang and got like I was getting a little bit scared, I'm not gonna lie. Even with the tofu cream added in and all my seasonings, I was a little bit intimidated, just a tiny bit, but it turned out really well. It had the perfect amount of heat, it was super creamy, and it was such an easy recipe. 10 out of 10. I would definitely make it again. I also made some green beans because I needed some kind of veggie going on here. I will not lie to you, this is chopped celery leaves on top. Because I forgot to get green onions, but I wanted to garnish with something. I'm trying to improve my presentation for you guys. It's so good, like better than I thought it would be. And I already thought it looked like it was gonna be pretty delicious. I'll leave a link to this in the description. A lot of the time when I'm cooking, I'm really just winging it. But for everything I do use a recipe for, it'll be in the description. Honestly, the most valuable thing I gained from this recipe was that tofu cream, because that is game changing. Coconut cream is my usual go-to as a substitute in savory recipes, but it does leave a little bit of a coconut flavor, which is good in some recipes, not great in others. But this coconut cream has like a completely neutral flavor profile, and it came out really creamy. For breakfast on day 2, I had oatmeal. Anyway, moving along. We had a slow morning, doing some chores around the house, running some errands. I went to 2 different grocery stores and neither of them had any vegan mayonnaise, so I finally decided it was just time for me to learn to make it myself. And I was both pleased and so pissed to find out it is stupidly easy to make mayonnaise. Oh my god, it was that easy. The whole time it's been this easy. Big Mayo didn't want me to know that just now, because now I'm never gonna spend $5 on a 12-ounce jar of vegan mayonnaise again. It was that easy. That took like 15... Okay. I'm gonna make some wraps for lunch, and I'm gonna make a little ranch out of this. I'm just gonna add salt, pepper, garlic powder, dill, keeping it really simple. And then I'm gonna slice some veggies up, whatever I happen to find in my fridge. Warm up a piece of pita, spread it on there along with maybe a little bit of hummus. You know what I forgot to do? I was gonna pickle some red onions, damn it. Okay, whatever, we can use normal red onions. We can use non-pickled red onions, I guess. And then I'm gonna make a little chickpea mash, add some more of the mayo into that, add some more seasonings, make a little chickpea salad, and that will be our complete wrap. Ta-da! Look how colorful and beautiful, and well, the ranch came out very delicious, so I'm only making my own mayonnaise from here on out. I'm so pissed that it's been this easy the whole time. I have been so tired lately. If I've been tracking my cycle right, which I've only been doing for a few weeks, I think I'm in my post-ovulation slump right now. And boy, I am feeling it. I'm feeling it. I've been feeling it. Like, I want to do stuff. Like, I want to go on a hike. I want to go on a bike ride. I want to go swim. But I just don't have the energy for anything. This wrap is delicious, though. So maybe it'll give me the strength I need to go do something. For dinner, I had a loaf of French bread I needed to get through, so I decided to make some onion and mushroom sliders. These are so greasy and drippy and nasty in the best way. I just chop up some onions and mushrooms, saute them over very low heat until they're cooked pretty much all the way through. Season them however I like, slice up my French bread, and then I took the rest of the mayo we made earlier and made a little garlic aioli out of it. Full disclosure, I don't actually know what an aioli is, but it sounds better than garlic mayonnaise. So that's the word we'll go with. I lined up my bread in a pan and spread a big spoonful of the aioli onto each bottom slice, and then dumped a big pile of mushrooms and onions on top of it, and then brushed the tops with some melted seasoned butter, covered it with a pan, and stuck them all in the oven to bake. Added some leftover green beans from yesterday. It's so good. It's late. It's like 9:30, hence the void. Hopefully tomorrow my energy levels will be a little bit improved and we can find some fun stuff to do together. Okay, good night. And it was a lie. I decided I wanted some chocolate milk. These are all the ingredients I used. I just dumped them all into a jar together and then shook the hell out of it until all the dry chocolate clumps went away. Or so I thought. You can see them floating around menacingly as I'm drinking it. But it was good. Then I went outside and saw how beautiful the moon looked, and I had to get a picture of her, but alas, that crafty wench refuses to be photographed, which honestly, I can only respect her for. Day 3. You'll never believe what I had for breakfast this morning. Took the boys on a walk this morning. Zim was very well behaved and very happy and very cute about it. I, on the other hand, was not having such a great time. You can see the sun beating down on my pale white skin. I had sunscreen on and I was still fearing for my life just a little bit. And then I took Fenrir on his walk. I have to walk them separately because they're insane and they weigh more than I do combined. Came back to the house and had a little snack of cherries and some kombucha. I've been trying to work in more fermented foods into my diet. It was a leftovers for lunch kind of day. I had so many that I needed to pick through in my fridge. Here I am making out with my wrap again. Just absolutely taken away with it. I don't know why it's so good. I think it might be the pita. Is it the pita? I think I just really like pita. I've been picking on my leftovers all day and I'm not really in the mood for a proper dinner, but I could go for something sweet, so we're gonna make some brownies. It's a full moon tonight, and not just any full moon, it's a super moon. The first of 2 super moons in the month of August. I'm obsessed with the moon, which means I'm about to have a great month. If you thought my video of the moon from last night was awful, I'm about to take so many more on this night. I love the full moon. Every time I walk outside and I notice that the moon is full, I feel like I should be doing something to celebrate. I feel like I should be honoring her. So I'm trying to build like some sort of little ritual. Tonight, I'm thinking I want to make some of that moon milk that's really popular on Pinterest. I want to like sit outside and just meditate under her. Do you know how they say like, is it like people commit more murders under full moons or something? People get crazier under full moons. I think I may be a victim of that. Like, I will be so stressed and anxious and I can't figure out what's wrong with me. And then I walk outside to let my dogs out before bed and I look up in the sky and I see her and I'm like, Oh, you. I've finally been convinced that canola oil is like evil and giving me cancer. So I decided to make the switch to avocado oil. Tell me why nobody ever said, no one ever thought to inform me. This stuff is like $10 a bottle. Okay, I'm losing the lighting fast, so I'm gonna get these in the oven and then come back and show you guys the finished result. I haven't tried this recipe before, it's a new one. I've been on the hunt for a good vegan brownie recipe, so we'll see how this one turns out. Day 4 for breakfast, I had Kenmir and I had an itch we needed to scratch, so we headed out to the water to swim around for a bit. I think this is the 3rd video in a row where I've been to the creek, but I genuinely am out here all the time. And it's so beautiful and it makes my heart so happy, even just watching the videos back, so obviously I'm not gonna not film it. If you've made it this deep into the summer and you haven't made it out to a creek, a river, a lake, the ocean, whatever, let this little montage be your sign that it's time to make that happen. I was thinking about what I was gonna make for lunch and I was like, man, I need to come up with something interesting. It's gotta look good for the thumbnail. It's gotta keep people entertained. But like, I'm hungry and I just want something really quick. And then I remembered I am boring and I am predictable. And I don't want to sell my life to people as if it's more interesting or more exciting than it is in reality. I want to show a much more authentic presentation of the things I do and the things I eat. I made that f***ing wrap again. And what you guys actually don't know is I didn't film it all yesterday. I just took that day to edit all the footage I already had, and on that day the only thing I ate was oatmeal and this wrap. So this is now like the 8th time I've had this wrap this week. I don't even bother getting the knives. Like, I ripped chunks off of a tomato, dipped my hand into the can of chickpeas, crushed them in my fist, and dropped them straight onto this pita. And I'll do it again. I'll probably do it again before this video is over. It doesn't stop being good. It doesn't get old. It's so simple. It's everything I need it to be. Oh my god, I almost forgot to show you the brownies. So they came out really dry, nearly inedibly dry. I'm positive it's my fault though. I'm looking at the pan and I think it's a little bit bigger than it was supposed to be, and I should have reduced the cooking time. So I am gonna give this recipe another chance sometime. Did that stop me from clearing half the pan already though? Clearly not. Will it stop me from eating another one right now? Okay, it's actually not that bad. You with that. Why are you fighting over food that will literally kill you? I am about to create something that is so vile. I had an idea in mind for dinner, and then one of the ingredients I needed had mold all over it, so I had to scrap that and scrape together whatever available ingredients I had in my kitchen to work with. There is the vaguest form of a recipe taking shape in my mind right now. I'm about to wing this completely, and I'm not even sure what the final result I'm working towards is. This could be a mistake, but I'm hungry enough that I will almost certainly scrape the plate clean anyway. Okay, hold on. Wait. I killed this. This is delicious. Oh my god. I actually did that. Yeah, I don't have any other interesting commentary for you. This is just really good. For breakfast on day 5, I had oatmeal. And you know what? It was lovely and warm and delicious and perfect. Smoothie for lunch, I think. I have so much spinach I need to get through. I always buy spinach because I convince myself I'm gonna put it in smoothies, and then I don't. Spinach, banana, almond milk, frozen berries, flax seeds. I think that's everything that's gonna go into it. Realistically, what's about to happen is I'm gonna throw all this stuff into a blender, set it up all nice and pretty in my bowl, top it with some nice garnishes, and then I'm gonna get like halfway through it and it's not gonna be satisfying, so I'm just gonna make another one of those wraps. And that's another thing I wonder about other what I eat in a day videos. Do they not have leftovers? If I'm spending an hour in the kitchen cooking, I'm gonna come out of it with at least 3 meals. Are there actually people out there who make they get all their ingredients out and chop their stuff up and cook one serving for every meal for every day of the week? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We have to maximize our labor to production ratio here. The color did not come out nearly as disgusting as I thought it was going to, because I added a lot of spinach into this thing. It's pretty good. This is the fruit mix I used. I get it from Aldi's. I'm sort of like weirdly picky about my fruit mixes. This is one of the few that I can buy from a store and actually want to eat it. I have to like hide spinach from myself and my foods like a toddler. I should learn some more recipes with secret veggies in them. One thing they cannot get me on board with though is the black bean brownies. Every influencer who's ever made them ever slices into those things and holds them up to the camera and swears you can't even tell the difference. Dude, I'm looking at the difference right now. They look like the densest, goopiest, like stick in your throat things. Don't hold the evidence to my face and then try to lie about it anyway. I want to make some granola to snack on. I don't have a recipe for this. I've seen other people do basically the same thing, so I'm just hoping it comes out well. I think it's too simple to screw up, really. I got salt, some raw mixed nuts, and maple syrup, and that's all that's going into this. Okay, nuts in the pan. I'm gonna drizzle just a tiny bit of maple syrup. I do not want to go overboard on this and turn it into a huge sticky mess. and a sprinkle of salt. I'm gonna bake this for about 10 minutes and we'll see how it all comes together. For dinner, I had, against all the odds, I've just gotten back from the gym, which means it's time for a protein shake. Almond milk, protein powder, cinnamon, banana, peanut butter, the basics, and the last brownie. My fat, juicy, voluptuous brain has done it again. Anyway, it's been fun. It's been great. We've laughed, we've cried, we've learned, we've grown together in these last few days. I'm tired and I have a fridge full of leftovers I have to eat now. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.